those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
Alright, YouTube, it's Mr. Mean coming at you from very gloomy Duluth, Minnesota. So what we're about to see here is my review of Demon Gate. Full disclosure, they sent me a free copy of the game with the request that I do a review of it, and I said sure. So I did not pay for this. It was a free copy. What I did is I haven't learned my software well enough, and that's my fault, my bad. So what I did is I recorded my desktop because I did know how to do that, and then now I'm doing this video just as an intro to that to kind of tell you what's going on. So if you're not the type of person that likes to sit there and watch someone's screen while they talk and you don't see a face, then you might want to skip this one. But hopefully you want to watch it and see what I think of Demon Gate. It's a very dark RPG along the lines of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay or Shadow of the Demon Lord. I don't think it's quite as dark as Shadow of the Demon Lord in my opinion, but it definitely is. It's a dark game. So check out the video. I just wanted to give you a little video intro, so to speak. And then for those people that are first-time viewers, there's the game shelf. It's about 8 feet tall, and it's very stuffed with books. So you can see I have a lot of books to do reviews of. But it was nice enough of Mr. Rogue to send me a copy, and hopefully I'll send him the copy of this so that he can watch it. And I would like to get him on the channel and do an interview with him because the game looks really cool. It's definitely something I want to get to my game table. I hope you guys will too. It is available on Drive-Thru-RPG. So without further ado, watch the video. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, like and subscribe. And remember, Patreon members get this video 7 days sooner. Everybody else has to wait a week later until I post it on YouTube. So anyway, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says be nice and enjoy the video. Alright, YouTube, it's Mr. Mean coming at you from very cloudy Duluth, Minnesota. It's cooling off here. It's quite nice. A little muggy today. It is Friday, August 31st, last day of the month before we run into September. Fall is here. Oh, I can't wait for the cold weather. Anyway, today's video du jour is Demon Gate. So up front, disclosure, this was sent to me free of charge for me to do a review, and we're going to look at it together because I haven't had a chance to look at it. As you can see here from Foxit, which is my PDF viewer of choice, this thing weighs in at a hefty 456 pages. Wow, it's a big one. And normally I like to print these and then you guys could see my smiling face. But no, I can't print 456 pages. That's a killer. So let's go through this together. Let's make this, well, let's leave it here for right now. Demon Gate core rulebook. Let's make it big so we can see. I have a funny feeling that as a physical book, this is probably a gorgeous book. Hey, look at that. People looking to talk to me about online games. I should have turned off my Discord. Nothing but professionalism here, guys. Sorry about that. Topper, when you see this video, you'll understand why. So, Demon Gate Core Rulebook. This is the blurb from the inside page. I have not seen a physical hard copy of this game. It's very small press. They did send it to me via Drive-Thru-RPG, so you can pick it up there. An apocalypse dark fantasy tabletop role-playing game set within a feudal medieval era. You are a survivor, an adventurer fighting for your soul within the world filled with darkness and monsters. Delve into the ancient ruins of races long dead and otherworldly beings lost to the teeth of time. The black towers of the void gods hold untold treasures and mystic artifacts that wield esoteric technology, or what we call magic. The world Koth has suffered through an apocalyptic prophecies with the final tragedy yet to be fulfilled. The legend says that the world was once infested by demons, and for eons they have been imprisoned. Now stories are spreading around the campfires of the dead rising from their graves and the very darkness of the veil mist coming to drag souls to the black plane. If this is true, the Demon Gate has opened, and it will take more than just heroes to stop it. So that's your intro blurb. You can go to www.arcanumsyndicate.com to learn more about the game and to possibly purchase it. I haven't gone to the website, like I said. I just got reminded that I had this last night by Mr. James Gantry. A huge shout out to him. You've heard his name on my channel before. He is the fine owner and publisher of many fine games, Zombie Squad, which is on my shelf there, and I've done a review of it, and League of Adventures, and Ghost Ops. So he's put out some fine games. I'm a big fan of his work, and he had purchased a copy of this, and I don't know if he ordered it or I believe he Kickstarted it, and he posts pictures of all the books he gets, and I saw a picture of it, and I was like, wow, I love that cover. That's really neat. And he gave me more information, and I said, man, I would love to do that as a review. And he put me in touch with the right people, and needless to say, here we are. So there's the cover. That's an evocative cover, man. That is. I don't know who the artist and artiste are, but that is phenomenal. So excuse me. Here we go. Table of contents. Again, we're looking at 456 pages. I'm gonna blow it up so these old eyes can see. So written and created by Brandon William, aka Rogue. Well, Mr. Rogue, coming from Mr. Mean, I think you got a winner here, sir. I did flip through this a little bit before I did the video, and I really got to say I like the layout of the book. I like the art. This is a very dark, along the lines of Zweihander or God, I can't think of the name of it now. Can't think of the name. It escapes me. Mindenheim, the Games Workshop. Warhammer. There we go. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Man, talk about a brain fart there. And I'm not going to edit it out because you guys like this professional quality videos that I do. So we're just going to leave it in there. So anyway, Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Rogue, is the brainchild behind this. It's edited by Amanda Williams, Richard Walker. Art direction was by Brandon Williams himself. So not only is he an awesome writer, he obviously has a good taste for art. Layout design was by Heather Cristofaro and Rogue. So man, this is what I like about small press publishing. You guys have heard me say this before on my channel. It takes a lot of gonads, a lot of chutzpah, a lot of, je ne sais quoi to put out a game on your own. I mean, if you work for WotC, if you work for Fantasy Flight, if you work for, any of the big names out there in the industry, you've got a team of people that help you do everything. So, you're not only producing it, you're not only writing it, you're not only art directing it, you don't have to do all of that. You just have to worry on your little part. You look at the books of Fantasy Flight, and it has a shit ton of people behind it that worked on everything, and they have teams. And you look here, and it's 4 people. There's 4 people. So we got Rogue, Amanda, and Heather, and Richard. We got 4 people. 4 people made this book happen, as opposed to these companies like WotC and Fantasy Flight and Cubicle 7, that have teams of people. And to be honest, I'm not even sure about Cubicle 7. I think they are a small company as well. But they are a dedicated game design company. And, of course, they've hit the jackpot with their Lord of the Rings game. And, of course, now they've got the new Warhammer, which I will be picking up. In fact, I might order that tonight. I just did some plasma donation, and I think I might have to order that. But anyway, he also gives the art team here, Adam Black, Adam Schmidt, Brandon Williams, Heather Cristofaro, Michael Sirigos, I'm assuming it's Greek or something, Neil Deal, and Piotr, Shazanskowski. I'm not even going to try. Anyway, I apologize if I mangled your guys' names, but I will tell you, your art is effing amazing. Mr. Mean approves. You guys know on my channel, one of my big beefs is inconsistent art. I have seen some top-notch game companies put out some shitty books because their art, and the first one that comes to mind is Palladium, and the second one is FOSSA, back in the day when FOSSA had their Shadowrun series and the fantasy version, I can't think of the Earth Dawn. just inconsistent art. You know, they had one style of artist doing stuff and it looked great, and then they switch gears to another artist, and it kills. That's a personal opinion, but you know, if you want a review from Mr. Mean, you're going to get that. And I don't like it when we have shitty art. Now it goes on to list his game testers. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but you can see here, Creatures of Koth. The world is called Koth, and we've got 437 pages of goodness. What I really do like is everything is hyperlinked. So it's smart indexed. So, you know, we've got our skills, we've got a character creation. We can click on that and boom. So there is color throughout the book. I mean, I would like to have seen a little bit more of what's shooting this. Now, it may be on the previous page. It is. Okay. Look at there. There we go. I don't know what the hell that dude is, but he looks crazy. And again, nice, clean art. I mean, you know, the visuals are sharp. I mean, we got a little, you know, a little blurb here from a in-game character, Baloth the Bard. So obviously we can have bards in the game. And then 20 steps to creating a character, and then it goes through the task. Now I haven't given this book a full complete read through. I've only flipped through it, so this is a very much just my opinion. But I'm telling you right now, I like the layout of the book. I like the art. It's evocative of the game. Demon's Gate's a great name. And again, this is another one of those dark games like Zweihander and Warhammer. I mean, if you're not into the dark fantasy high magic games, this may not be the game for you. If you're more of a D&D, you know, or a GURPS guy, or maybe even Pathfinder, this game might be a little too dark for you, especially dealing with you know, demons and gates and all the fun stuff therein. I'm sure there's some other bad stuff in here. This appears to be a very mature game, but again, very well done. The text is very clear and concise. You get to distribute 100 points. You get to modify your attributes according to race. We have a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, it's looking sharp. I mean, we got our key attributes: dexterity, strength, body, intelligence, perception, you know, and you break down from there willpower and charisma. I mean, this is all familiar stuff. Physical attributes. So here's our modifiers. So if your strength, you have a damage modifier. Your body, if toughness, you have a hit points adjustment. So, I mean, and it's a points distribution system. So you're going to get 100 points and you're going to distribute them out. So, you know, you can see you get around 8 points. You know, nobody's going to have any amazing stats to start off the game with. But everything's laid out. Charts are very easy to read, clear and concise colors, not confusing. I like that. Physical attributes, again, we're going into it when your stats get higher. So obviously they're giving credence to more advanced characters. Buy your skills with skill slots. Most of the character skills cost 1 skill slot to purchase a new one. When purchasing from the combat skills, be sure to look at the SC slot cost. You may take your skill slots given to you by your character class and buy skills that you want. Whenever you buy the skill, it begins at a rating of 1, of course, and then you must fill in the skill levels and dice using the equation. Skill rating plus attribute equals skill level. This is covered in the skills chapter. If you wish to purchase combat skills, it costs only 1 skill slot to specialize in a certain weapon. For instance, you want to specialize in swords, you will spend 1 skill slot to gain a +1 to hit with swords. Say, for instance, you're a mage and you want to specialize in red magic. Well, copy that information down on the combat skill after spending 1 skill slot, and you can write red magic +1 as a specialization. So this is really cool to see. So we have skills. So you can have 2 fighters, 2 mages, 2 bards, whatever, and they can be completely different because they allocated their skill specializations differently, and that's really cool. So it's kind of open to what you can take and what you can do. And at 456 pages, I expect a lot of crunch in a game like this. So there's all kind of character chromatic vision. I mean, there's all kind of, these are like, I would assume these are things that you can get during character creation. Choose a language. Let's see here. I'm trying to go. I know we're kind of skipping around. I just want to give you guys a taste of it. So here's our gold. A talon, a valkyrium is an ebon, and a myrtaculum is a sovereign. So those are different dom. A silver is a shilling or a she, and a bronze is a kret, a drak, or a zu. And it gives you the breakdown for the cost there, which is really cool. So nice. It's got its own economy and its own value system, which is neat. So if you're looking for that game that's going to give you very in-depth flavor, I think this one's got it dripping, which is really cool. I like games that do that. I want to be immersed in your world. And I mean, judging from the writing, I haven't seen too many spell checks. Like I said, I flipped around the book. I don't have a physical copy of the book. That would be one thing I would like, but it's not in the cards right now. I do have the PDF, and like I said, it's chunky. I'm a Dead Tree guy. Those of you that have seen my videos can see the wall behind me a lot of times, and it has a plethora of books on it. So obviously I like adding Dead Tree copies to my collection. There's all kinds: Path of Light, Path of Shadows, Path of Darkness. Those are always good things. That's your spiritual path. I think that's probably going to pour along the lines of your alignment as well. Character traits and dispositions, flaws. So there we go. Always good to have. I like disposition too. What does it say about disposition? Is a random personality table that allows you to roll your percentile dice, a D100, in order to find out what your character's personality is generally like. You are allowed 3 rolls, and if you only end up choosing 2 from the list, that is not mandatory at all. So you got some choice there. I'm a big fan of those kind of things, though, just to allow the players to pick. But for convention games, where a lot of times I will take a game like this and I will run it as a one-shot at a convention, we will make characters from beginning to end. And so I do everything randomly. It comes out more fun, and a lot of times people that are willing to sit in on a game that they've never played before are willing to go that route. And it seems to be, I've been doing this for, close to 30 years now. It seems to go over really well. Every time I've done it, I've always done random character creation, and everyone seems to really enjoy it. I always, at the end of my convention games, I always ask for feedback. What could I have done better? What did you like? What did you dislike? And 9 out of 10 times everyone says, oh, we really liked creating the character. We've got a feel for the game. So I think it's very important that you have a very solid character creation chapter or chapters in your book that really set the tone and the flavor of the game. You can give me all the background fluff you want, but then if I make a character and it doesn't feel like that character is a part of that world, then you've just pulled me right out of the game and you've wasted my time. My opinion. Your mileage may vary, but this game seems to be wanting you to get involved in that background of the world. We've got addictions. You can be aggressive. I like that. Allergies, awkward. I mean, you got all kinds of disadvantages here. Death, I mean, that's great. Compulsive, you know, you're a klepto, you got to steal stuff, or you got to always eat every time you're given food. I mean, it can be, you know, things like that just add flavor to the game. Let's see, character creation, more stuff going on here. Is, like I said, quite an extensive character creation. We got 2 chapters already in character. Again, with more of this art, I like the feel at the bottom of the book. Can't see my finger here. Let me use my mouse. Every page has this little footnote on the bottom of it, or a little piece of bottom art. I forget what it's called. And the top has this watermarks, I guess, top and bottom, which is really cool. It's nice flavor. It's a parchment style color paper, as you can see. I'm wondering if the book is printed in the same way. If this is a direct representation of the book, then I think that lends to that flavor of, you know, you're reading this massive tome and the pages look kind of worn and stained from time. That's kind of cool. So definitely a nice touch there. If that, and I'm sure it was the intention. So let's see if we can get past all these flaws and advantages. Oh, what do we got here? Mental affliction table. Now, you know, you got a good game when you have mental affliction. That's a creepy looking dude right there. I don't want to have nightmares about him. So obviously we got some more options here. Again, this is just more fleshing out your character, making him a little bit more believable to you. A little bit of art like this throughout the book. While again, I'm not a huge fan of different styles of art, but this art does fit the theme of the game. You know, here we got some poor slob who's getting obviously robbed by a rogue or a thief. Could this be Mr. Rogue himself? Who knows? Only he knows, and he's not talking. So yeah, it's not my style of art. I don't like that kind of cartoony art, but it does fit with this book because we have so much dark, and then you get that brevity there and that artistic style that kind of lightens it up a little bit. So it's not so bad. Again, look at this. This is fantastic. I mean, that's creepy. She's obviously got cat-like eyes. the long hair. I mean, it's just great. You know, nice art. Again, this is obviously another chapter heading, I believe, or it's just breaking up the tables. But again, spooky, very old world. You know, very Warhammerish. You know, or demon or Shadow of the Demon Lord. You know, the old England houses built on top of each other, and then there's this creepy looking dude with a big sword walking down. You know, nobody's gonna mess with that guy. Character name, here we go. Dice tables, tells you what you're rolling, so how to figure out your dice pools for when you do stuff. It's just going there. Mortals of Koth, the Great One has not forsaken you. He has brought you from the darkness so that for a brief moment you may know the light. Amar Kath, the Book of Kolak. So very much little quotes like that splattered throughout the book. I again gives you a nice feel for the game. So what do we have here? This is a goblinoid, a subspecies of a troll, 8 to 9 inches tall. No, feet. 600 to 800 pounds. D12. So this thing is a monster, and it's a bog crow. So that must be one of the player characters. Yeah. Here's a random name generator. Again, very top notch. I like that. We go to a different style of page here. See, so I'm not wild about that. I like consistency, and I like to see the pages stay the same. So hopefully this isn't a common theme. Are we jumping page designs? I'm not saying it's bad. The raven or crow eating an eyeball. There's a whole bunch of, I don't know if that's eyes or what in a tree. Is that the raven putting them in the tree? But we still kept that parchment color behind it, which is okay. And that must be one of the pictures of them. So to give you an idea. So different art style than what we had in the beginning. Here's our elf or Eldrin. And yeah, so these are basically your character classes. There's help with picking a name. There's some character art. Cuthalin, a reaver, arthropod. Those don't sound good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Creepy, but that's a diverse race. You know, nothing wrong with that. Mentep, Grimalkin. So these are creepy sounding. Again with the name, I like that. So cat people. It's kind of what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say anything to be sure. Very cool. I do like the art. So it looks like we're staying with this theme. We got our dwarves, the name generator. Not your typical looking dwarves, you know, but that's creepy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's a dark dwarf or something bad. Nephilim. These are a hybrid. So yeah. So you got a lot of orcs. So these are all player characters. So that's good. You've got a lot of diversity. So you can play a lizardman again with the names. Nice. So we've got some choices here. So let's get out of this. We have beastkin. We can play. Rat people, you know, nice. Humans are Terran, so that's like anybody. So mutant, oh my goodness. So whatever that entails, but it sounds like that could be touched by chaos if you're familiar with the old world. So then you go into for races to character classes, and these are, wow, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 20 different character classes, 5 for each main class. So under fighters, you can see it there, and then spiritualists, rogues, and wizards. You can make pretty much whatever you want to make here. I like that they have a demon hunter. In a game called Demon's Gate, you better have a race or a class that says demon hunter. Yeah, we got our bard, our scout, our pirate, our enchanter. I don't know what a Mudai is, but I'm curious. We'll see. Again, the art it's changed style, but it's consistent. Okay, that's creepy looking, whatever that is. And obviously we got all kinds of different powers. So the barbarian, and here's what he gets. These are all of his starting equipments and everything. That is definitely, it looks like a barbarian to me. I gotta say, I'm liking this. This might be one I'll have to get to the table. And get a little, like a one-shot playthrough. I've got a gaming group right now. We're doing the Pathfinder 2.0 playtest. So maybe after that we'll go into this, because this does look kind of cool. I'd have to see about getting a hard copy though, because it'd be hard to do this all on a computer screen, and I don't want to. I don't like giving PDFs away for free unless I have the owner's permission. So hard to make characters with only one book and it being a PDF on top of that. So I could easily just make the characters myself and then go from there. And we have Necromancer, we have Psionics, pretty cool. So the Mage, and the Mage breaks down into all its different classes. Witch, I want to see that Mudai. I know what that is. A Seer. Like I said, the art's pretty good. I would have preferred if they'd have kept with that other art that was in the beginning of the book, but it could have been a matter of cost, and I understand it. This guy pretty much published this all himself, and he did do a Kickstarter, so I'm not sure how well the Kickstarter did. We have a monk class. Those of you that know, when I play D&D, I typically play either a sorcerer or a monk. So I would definitely, probably the monk would be the first character I make. Chi abilities, always good. That's very much a dwarven monk, and it looks very cool. I like it. Here's a Mudai. Warrior mages. Their name is derived from the Raikanu from the lands of Mianwu, and the name Mudai means spell sword. So it's basically a warrior mage. Very cool. So you get some options right there. Very different. I don't know what is that it's a sword, almost like a Tai Chi sword, and like some sort of Tai Chi warrior. So definitely taking some art from history. There's probably an orc pirate. So yeah, all right, we've got all of this. I tell you what, let's go back to the beginning and go to the table of contents, and let's go to the mechanics. Skills, gods, combat, magic, equipment, realms, game master rules. Let's see if it's in there. All right, let's see if they give us. I want to know what the base mechanic. See, now there's the cool art again. So they're going back and forth with this paint style versus line drawing, and I'm okay with that. That definitely sets the tone. I mean, that's obviously a heroic group of adventurers, and something's coming down the path. He goes into a little storytelling. Game master rules. I want to see the base mechanic. It might be in the combat section. I believe it's a multi-die system like we saw in those charts. Let's do that. Let's go back to the main index and let's go to combat, because that's probably going to tell us what we want to know. Combat. Alright, time in combat, turns, initiative order, rounds, scenario, combat sequence. Roll initiative. Step 2, movement, action, and attack. Step 3, defense. Step 4, damage. Step 5, continue. Initiative. Step 6, overcome and recovery. So your basic stuff. Alright, so here's an example of combat. I'll leave it up on the screen. You guys can read it. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I'm going to read it real quick just to see what we see. Just want to see what they're talking about. I like games that also give you an example of combat. So this is, they made perception checks. I have my staff in my hand, and I say, "Come out, cowards. Let us see your faces." And 6 goblins burst from the darkness, snarling and laughing with small, crude weapons in their hands, ready to strike. Everyone roll initiative. They seem fearless and hungry for blood. The thief rolls a d10 plus 1 for his defense initiative modifier, so he gets a total of 7. The mage gets a 3. The Templar yells, "Yee-yah." Okay, he's very excited. He rolls a 10, so continues to roll it again due to the continuum rule. So obviously your dice must explode, or at least the d10 does. So he gets a 15 for initiative. The GM rolls a d10, but uses this initiative result for all of his enemies to get go at the same time, which is a 5. So the Templar goes first. He charges to swings his hammer. Simple quick attack. He rolls a d20 and adds +1 due to his +1 specialization in hammers. A 16. The GM rolls a d20 to defend, for the goblins must match or beat a 16. The goblin tries to dodge, but gets hit because he rolled a 6. Okay, so that tells us what we need to know. So it is a d20 based game, and you roll to attack, and if you hit, then the opponent gets a chance to dodge. Or defend. In this case, he tries to dodge, but he gets hit because he rolled a 6. So you have to probably roll equal to or higher than whatever the attack was. So now the Templar gets to roll his damage, and he adds his strength modifier. So he rolls the damage of his hammer and adds his strength damage modifier. He gets a total of 12. But it does not kill the goblin. And then we keep going on from there. And then, there'll probably be an example in here of the spade, the magic, but we will save that. You guys need to buy the book and read it for yourselves. I'm just giving you a base glimpse. That's a very cool piece of art. All right, so roll a d20 to attack for 1 action, or try a heavy rage attack for 2 actions. Defender rolls their d20 to try and match or beat it. If they fail, they take damage. The character's armor will soak some of that damage. So there we go. We know our base mechanics. So that's cool. Everybody's pretty familiar with a d20 based game. And then it breaks it down further from there. So very cool, very simple. Magic's going to work the same way, I assume. Except you may not. Examples, great. So they give you some exaction. You get actions in the game. It's an action economy, and then it costs you, 3 magic actions to get a potion from your backpack. Throw a potion at an enemy is 1 magic action. So on and so forth. Open actions, shooting actions. So obviously, it all breaks down into the economy of actions, and then you go from there. Very cool. I have to say, I'm kind of liking it. Movement does not take any of your actions or attacks. You have a set number of inches that your character can move, found based off your dexterity attribute and your character race. This number can be multiplied by 2 if you want your character to run. Flying characters multiply by 3 in max flight. When swimming, movement is usually only a quarter of your normal movement. With the skill in swimming, the character may move half movement. Okay. You can attack while running. They give you some examples here. We got a nice hex grid. Man, you can't ask for anything more. It's very well laid out and got a nice fumble table. I don't know if they have a GM screen yet. I haven't seen anything or heard anything. I'm going to try and get in touch with Mr. Rogue and see if we can get him on the channel to maybe talk a little bit more about the game. I'm intrigued. I just wanted to do a video to show you guys the layout of the book and the art and some of the base mechanics. Magic defense, always a good thing when you've got mage. They're giving you cover modifiers, which is good. So it's pretty crunchy. I mean, I would say it's on par with Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, 2nd edition or 3rd edition by Green Ronin. I'd say it's right along those same lines. So if you can play those games, or you can play Zweihander, or you can play Shadow of the Demon Lord, this game should be a walk in the park for you. It doesn't appear to be overly cumbersome in the rules. There's crunch, and like any game, if you're good GMs will take what they want and leave what they don't. I'm sure there's a bunch of information. Here's our damage equation. So it's the base damage time the power damage time the combo damage time the critical damage equals total damage, the highest attainable damage equation. That sounds like a lot of math, but I guarantee you it's probably very easy, and you just multiply it all out and then you'll have it. And if this game has any sort of following, I am sure there is one enterprising person, if not Mr. Rogue himself or one of his minions, that has already put out an auto-calculating PDF. And if they haven't, sir or ma'am, I highly recommend you do. It makes your game easier. Hit point condition table. So I'm seeing a lot of cool tables. So if they don't have a GM screen, it's going to be easy enough to cut and paste this stuff into a Word document and make your own GM screen. One of my reviews is talking about a generic GM screen. Go check that out. This would be perfect for that game. That's $20 on Amazon. They did raise the price, but it is what it is. Let's go to Drive RPG real quick and let's see what the cost of this game is. So I have drive-through Reaper miniatures. Yay! I don't have. Let's see, drive-through. There we go. Drive-through RPG. And let's do a search for Demon Gate. I don't see it. Is it 2 words? Let's try it. There it is. So this drive-through RPG is shameless plug. They don't give me anything or anything like that. But I do use them a lot, and like I said, Arcanum Syndicate was kind enough to send me a copy of this, and I wanted to get this review up. So we are looking at, oh man, look at that, $70 for the hardcover color book, premium heavyweight. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've ordered a couple books off of drive-through, print on demand, and I've been happy with it. My Zweihander book came the same way. I got just the regular hardcover standard heavyweight, and it's a solid book. Again, this is 400 and something, almost 500 pages. Zweihander comes in at about 700 pages. So if they can print a 700-page book and it's not falling apart, this book is going to be no problem. Hardcover color book standard heavyweight is $39. So why the difference there? What are we looking at? Hardcover, premium heavyweight versus standard. Man, if I had the money, I'd go for that premium heavyweight. That's the way to go. But you can get the PDF basically for free right now if you order the physical copy of the book. So that's a win-win, guys. I recommend if you're into that dark fantasy, if you want a different world, if you're not big on the Warhammer world, or you don't like Shadow of the Demon Lord, that game's a little too dark for my taste. I think this is the game right here. So I just wanted to pop that in there and see. So for $40, you got you a hardback rule book, 456 pages of goodness. So let's jump around to the different chapters and see what the art looks like. Let's see, we can go here. We can get a taste. There's a lot of cool art. Lots of charts. I mean, you're going to get your bang for your buck here, especially for $40 to get a hard copy. And then you can, on top of that, you can get the PDF with it right now because it's a special sale going on. Like I said at the beginning, disclaimer, this was sent to me for free, just with the promise of that I would do a review. And as I tell them all before they send me their book, I do honest reviews. If I read your game and I think it sucks, I'm going to say it sucks. If I think the artwork sucks, I'm going to say the artwork sucks. If I think the layout is horrible, I'm going to say that. So far, I'm not finding anything in this book that sucks, which is a good thing. I hate to do stuff like that, but I think it's my opinion. You guys watch my reviews for my opinion, and I've had lots of people. That is a very nice piece of art right there. Very Stonehenge-y, kind of very cool in the background there. Nice piece of black and white art there. Very nice. Is this the girl? Oh, well, children watching, beware. There's boobies. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, just some more evocative art, that line black and white drawing, which I told you I'm not a huge fan of, but that was not cartoony in my opinion. Let's see, here's another one right here. Yeah, that's a little bit cartoony to me, but still fitting in the theme of the game. I just wanted to see a nice color plate. Let's see if we can. Oh, there's one. Oh, nice, a nice ship with the moon. So again, kudos to you guys, to everyone over there at Arcanum Syndicate for the art. That's nice right there. I like that. The blood. I mean, is that a prophecy? Is that, what is that? Is that some sort of prophetess or seeress? I mean, you can get some. I'm a big fan of using the art out of the game to tell a story. Look at that. There's just a grizzled soldier. This guy has seen battles. Look at that. I mean, that's cool right there. Be a good piece of PC art. That's a little gruesome, but there we go. He's got a heart in his hand and a very much Zweihander-esque right there, which is kind of cool. If you guys can't tell, I'm a huge fan of Zweihander. I'm hoping to get Daniel Fox on the channel to do an interview with him. It's just, unfortunately, he had a really bad car accident about 2 months ago, and he's still recovering. Here we go. Very nice. I like that. The Tree of Life, and I'm assuming all of our zoological signs. I'm just looking for some color art. We're getting to the bottom of the book here. But it's that kind of stuff. Oh, here's a nice coat of arms. City of at the Corellian Empire. I can't even say that. You guys know I'm from Brooklyn, so I murder the English language. You're lucky I walk upright. Oh, there's a map. We like maps. Northwater. That is a sexy map right there. I hope they have that on their website in a little deeper detail. That would be nice to see. There's a nice spooky piece. Look at that. Tell me that, man, you show that to your players and they're like, are these statues alive? Or is it just lights? That doesn't look like a light. That looks like it's glowing to me. There's another map. So we get the world breakdown, Soulbade, giving us some key locations. Nice. North and the map. Yeah. So definitely, oh, that's nice too. So yeah, we've got some cool art in here. Is it 100% my style? No, it's not. There's our character stuff again, which I really liked. Ooh, here's a more brighter piece. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. It's not all gloom and doom. See? We got some happiness, got some sunshine, some seagulls flying. Nice big keep in the background. This is not all gloom and doom. Ooh, that's my fire alarm telling me I need a new battery. Let's see. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up here. We've gone through. Oh, there's the character sheet, so we can definitely. So it's a landscaped character sheet. So unfortunately, I don't want to turn it. But oh, there's some more art. Oh, okay. That's Stuff of Nightmares. I don't know what that is. Don't want to know. You've scared me, Rogue. I'm gonna have bad dreams tonight. Thank you, sir. That's the character sheet. I like it. I like it. It's a little busy, but it's a good kind of busy, and it's definitely. We have a full index, so we're going to wrap this up because that beeping is going to drive me insane. And it's not a far trip for me to start with. So that is Demon Gate. That's my review. So in the long scope of things, it's a buy. If I had to, I might even try to allocate some funds once I get back to work to pick up a hard copy of this, because I think getting that premium paper version copy is gonna just look amazing on the bookshelf. I love the cover. That cover just screams the game right there. Very dark and evocative. Fire. I mean, eyeballs, fangs, and oh, it's just neat. Really well done, guys. So to everyone over there at Arcanium Syndicate, you guys banged it out of the park here. This looks really great. I'm hoping to get this to the table. If I do get it to the table, I'll do a follow-up video review talking about my thoughts and insights of it. So guys, give it a try. I'll put the links in the video description at the bottom. This goes out to my Patreons first. They get to get first shot at it, and then a week later it gets posted to YouTube for everyone to review. So if you like my content and my videos and you like how I do things, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a Patreon. My tiers are $5, $10, and $15 a month. I think that's pretty simple. $5 a month, you get access to all my videos. The $10, you get access to the videos and you get put into any drawings if anyone gives me free copies of the book. And at the $15 level, you get a free copy of the book. You get into a drawing and you get to sit in with the developers and the makers of the games as I do an interview with them, and you get to ask them questions. So I hope everybody liked it and subscribed it. Have a wonderful day. And as always, remember, peace and hair grease. And Mr. Mean says, be nice. All right. Bye, everybody.